When people choose ETFs, they usually look at performance first. This could be expensive and risky in the long run. Instead, we should look at fees and how the ETF is built, because these matter far more in the long run than short-term performance or returns. Let's start with ETF fees first. Every ETF charges a small annual fee. This is called the total expense ratio, or TER. This fee covers the cost of running the fund, such as administration or tracking the index, and all those management fees. Now, the important thing to understand is that this fee is not billed to you separately. It is quietly deducted from the ETF value every year. A fee of 0.5% may sound tiny, but over 20 to 30 years, it can cost you thousands of pounds due to compounding working against you. That's why low-cost ETF are so powerful for long-term investors and is always recommended by everyone, especially for retail investors. Next is something called replication method. That is how an ETF actually tracks its index. There are two most common replication methods that ETFs use. The first one is physical replication. It means ETF actually buys the shares in the same proportion as the index being tracked. And this method is simple, transparent, and easy to understand. The second method is synthetic replication. Instead of owning the shares directly, the ETF uses financial contracts called swaps with other institutions to mirror the index performance. Synthetic ETFs can be cheaper or more precise in some markets, but they add an extra layer of complexity and counterparty risk. For most beginners, physically replicated ETFs are easier to understand and easier to trust. One final concept to be aware of is tracking difference or tracking error. This shows how closely an ETF actually follows its index after fees and costs. A good ETF doesn't just have low fees, it tracks the index very closely and consistently as well. Now that we have learned about TER, replication methods, and tracking error, in the next video I'll explain how to actually choose an ETF without getting overwhelmed by multiple options. See you then.